Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles at Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. I want to say Shalom to Yaakov and Akwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Come at you once again with another lesson. All right, this time in the form of a walk and talk. All right, I just got done uploading the last video I made. It's called one common factor. I can't remember exactly what I named it. Something along that. All right, I was dealing with the Jeffrey Dahmer and all those spirits of judgment. All right, that was inspired by the lesson that the Apostle Gabar made. All right, and I was looking through my my saved items. All right, stuff that I may or may not go into a lesson on. All right, eventually, and this one came up, and I said, you know what? Now seems like the perfect time to just go ahead and bring this out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. All right, and after that, we're gonna touch on it. And I screen recorded this video, so I think it's gonna play. It's gonna play twice. All right, and then after that, we're gonna grab some scriptures about it. All right, here you go.
This is the Scold's Bridle. It is for punishing argumentative, nagging women. Women were considered to be subservient to men in the 17th century and so were not allowed to be argumentative. You had to be arrested and tried and convicted by a magistrate. It opens up, the mouthpiece goes into your mouth, and it is locked around the back of the head, and then a piece of rope would be tied to the loop at the front, and the victim would be paraded through town to demonstrate and to increase the level of humiliation. This is the Scold's Bridle. It is for punishing argumentative, nagging women. Women were considered to be subservient to men in the 17th century and so were not allowed to be argumentative. You had to be arrested and tried and convicted by a magistrate. It opens up, the mouthpiece goes into your mouth, and it is locked around the back of the head, and then a piece of rope would be tied to the loop at the front, and the victim would be paraded through town to demonstrate and to increase the level of humiliation.
All right. So hey, man. So that shows you right then and there. Women in the current society that we're in right now think that they got it bad, but hey, even time's not so far behind us now. All right. If you were argumentative and nagging, hey, they put that basically a cage. Look kind of like a bird cage. All right, put that bird cage on your head, and then they parade you around town, and you'd be scolded, all right, and laughed at, all right, probably by the other women too, because they don't want no part of that, all right. So hey, you think you got it bad, but really this Babylonian society that we're in now, all right, is really set up for you women. All right, you can willingly and lawfully, and in some states, it's still, at least they're cracking down on it, but you can sacrifice your child to Molech. All right, which would be what they so-called abortions. All right, if you want, you can basically leave your husband and then keep the kid and keep money. All right, so that's an opportunity that's available to you. All right, as well as many others. All right, and you're more likely to be found fond of if you're a domestic abuser. All right, as a woman, they're not going to crack down on you. All right, for any serious or harsh crimes, you're not going to get as much time as men. So hey, you think you got it bad? Really, you women are pretty. You're doing pretty good in this society. Now, is that the way it's supposed to be? No, absolutely not. All right, but hey, if you think you got it bad, hey, it could have been a lot worse. All right, you could have had that bird cage stuck up on your head. All right, so this is we're gonna start off with 1 Corinthians 11:3. All right, and it reads, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ," or Hamashiach. All right, is how it's actually spoken. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is the Most High. All right, that shows you there's an order to things, all right, as there are in everything, all right, throughout nature. All right, there's an order. Why? Because if things fall out of that natural order, hey, it upsets the balance of things and things go crazy. Now look at these these so-called relationships between you men and women. All right, they're not really relationships as much as they are as a collective group of bickering. all right? And really the man should be on top, and he should have the control. But these women, hey, they're supposed to be, below. That's how it is. But hey, the balance is falling out. Why? Because this Babylonian society, and they've bigged these women up. All right, so now we got Cardi B's, Megan Thee Stallions, all right, your Beyonce's, all right, your there's say Cardi B, your Nicki Minaj, Cardi B's, Megan Thee Stallion, so on and so forth. Hey, and that's looked upon as favorable in the society. All right. But in reality, all right, lawfully to the Bible, all right, that's why there's an order to things. All right, and we can tell by looking around that the balance has been upset. All right, the order is all out of order. All right, you can tell because of how fucked up the society is, that we're out of order and everything's out of balance. 1 Corinthians 11:3, once again, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach. So over man, all right, is Yahushai. All right, and the head of a woman is the man. So over men, or over women, Salaki, that was Satan. Over women is men, all right, and over men is Yahushai, all right. It says, and the head of Yahushai, or the head of Hamashiach, is Yahweh, all right, the Most High, all right. So there's an order, all right. So it would go, the man is over the woman, all right. Yahushai is over man, and Yahweh is over Yahushai, all right. And if you want to go from the bottom, it would be women would be above children, all right, and children being prepubescent children, all right. So once as you would say a boy, all right. So once a male, I'll just say once a male, all right. Once a male hits puberty, all right, they would be considered an adult, all right. So a woman would no longer have control over them, all right, because they are a man, all right. So it shows you there's an order, all right? It shows you there's an order. Let's move on, all right? So again, hey, if you upset that balance, things fall out of control. This is 1 Timothy 2:11 and through 2:12. And here, bear with me just a moment. I'm crossing a bunch of people that have a ton of dogs. Here, I'm actually go ahead and get out of the way. Oh, I'm not the biggest fan of dogs. All right, so let me go ahead and move out up here. But yeah, so let's go ahead and grab it. This is 1 Timothy 2:11. And it's like I'm actually waiting a little bit crunchier grass up here. All right, I want to crunch over what I'm trying to say. All right, so let's wait a bit. Let's see if I can step back down from here. Moving back onto the cement. All right, so you shouldn't have any of that crunching going on. Of course, I managed to get some shit up in my shoe. All right, whatever. All right. God damn it. Bear with me one moment, Slakia. There we go. I had a splinter that got stuck in my shoe, and it was making a whole bunch of noise. I don't know if you could hear that. All right, 1 Timothy 2:11. Slakia for the interruptions. 1 Timothy 2:11 through 2:12. That says, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. All right, so a woman's not to usurp authority over man. And we see now in the media, and hell, you don't even have to say the media. If you go out to your local supermarket, all right, your shopping centers, your Walmarts, your Targets, all right, your Kroger brand stores, whichever one you have, whether it's a Smith's or a Fry's or a Kroger, all right, they're all Kroger brand, whichever one you have. All right, you go out to one of those and you'll see how these women treat their men, man. They treat them like they're the lesser, all right? And we're back in the famous tunnel, all right? This is, so yeah, so what does it say? Verse 11, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, All right, so hey, what does it mean to be in silence? Hey, it means to be without jabbing your jaw. All right, verse 12, but I suffer not a woman to teach nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. All right, so to usurp authority over. All right. So hey, there's an order, so you're not to wrongfully try to place yourself ahead in the order. All right, because when that happens, hey, what happens? Things fall out of order. All right, that's not the natural order. Things fall out of order. Things get messed up, and that's what we're seeing now. Genesis 3:16. Bear with me. All right, we got Genesis 3:16. It says, unto the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow, and thy conception and sorrow. Thou shalt bring forth children, and in thy desire shall be to thy heaven, and he shall rule over thee. Let me read that again. Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception and sorrow. Thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. All right. So hey, that means that hey, because of what you did. All right. This is the order, and this is the order how it was meant to be. All right. Because we know that was a thing that had to we were that's a thing that we were brought through. All right. So, yeah, all right. So unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. All right. So that's why you women, when you go through pain, it's excruciatingly, or not pain. When you women go through birth, and give birth, it's excruciatingly painful. All right. And thou shalt bring, and in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. All right. So hey, the man shall rule over the woman. That's the order of things. All right. If you don't like it, hey, that's too bad. This is 1 Corinthians 11:8-9. And it reads, for the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. All right, so hey, this whole nagging and this bitching and moaning, hey, that's not going to get you anywhere but an unhappy man. All right, so hey, what's the point? What's the point, really? Because when you women don't realize when you argue and you do all this stuff, all right, it just makes the situation worse. Well, I'm not going to be subservient to any man. Well, hey, that's the position. That's how you're supposed to be. If you don't like it, hey, too bad. That's how it is, all right? And you wonder why your relationships don't get anywhere. You wonder why you're 45, 50 years old, or 39, and nobody wants to get with your ass. You wonder why men keep just laying down with you, but they don't want to stay with you. Hey, and that's the reason. That's the reason, is because no one wants to be with some fucking unruly-ass woman, all right? It's as simple as that. Nobody wants it, all right? I don't want it. None of the brothers want it, all right? None of these men in the world want it, all right? They want a submissive woman that can shut her damn mouth, all right, and not argue about everything every 5 minutes, all right, and tell you, you're wrong about everything, you're wrong, you need to do this, you need to do that. You go out into these supermarkets, man, you see these women bitching the hell out of these men, man. It's a damn shame. It's disgraceful. Grab Isaiah 3:12 here, which perfect segue. I forgot. I knew I had this somewhere in here, but I didn't know it was coming up. All right, because I kind of threw these all together in no particular order. All right, this is Isaiah 3:12. It says, as for my people being Israel, all right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, that the Bible speaks of, you are the Israelites. Isaiah 3:12, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. All right. Hey, and these media outlets, these big media outlets, y'all are following. All right, your Drakes, your Kanyes. All right, hey, those people are you're following after those people. Those are the people that you idolize and that you worship, really. And of course, there's always a damn dog somewhere, man. Always a damn dog somewhere. Jeez, it's usually pretty quiet on Mondays, but hey, I don't know what's going on today. I've encountered so many people and loudness. Isaiah 3:12, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. All right, so hey, these people you're following after, and these because you got to think, who's ruling society right now? It's Esau, Edom. All right, so the people that they've set up for you, all right, your role models. Hey man, what are they telling you to do? Money, holes, and clothes, smoking marijuana. All right, and weed, hey, well, you're saying marijuana, you probably know. We all did that stuff back in the past, man. Back before we were on the truth, hey, and guess what? We don't need none of it. All right, we don't need none of it. The high you get off of the spirit is I think I heard brothers saying that recently too. The high you get off of the spirit is all you need, man. When the spirit hops on you, whoo, man, then you be heated, you be flowing. You get the good flow going on you, man. That's all you need. You don't need no no reefers, no cannabis, all right, no marijuana, all right, no none of that gas, all right, you don't need none of that, all right. And hey, well, pretty much over everyone. And if you people say we don't get it, we don't understand. We're not this grand, perfect being or whatever you're thinking we are, all right. Pretty much almost everyone in this truth that smoked weed at one point, all right. Pretty much almost everyone did. But the difference is we put it behind us. We don't do it anymore, all right. We don't need it. Unlike you. All right, I'm going to turn back because it's the people with all the damn dogs again. Actually, I'm going to go up this way. I'm going to just walk up the street. They got like freaking 3 or 4 dogs with them. Taking up the whole row. I don't know if those are their dogs or if they're doing some type of dog sitting service, but damn, that's a lot of dogs. Anyway, at this point in the lesson, you can tell that I'm not too fond of a dog. You can't trust them. You never know if they're going to snap on you or whatnot. A lot of people don't know how to control their animals. This is Isaiah 13 and 12 again. All right. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. And you're going to be hearing a little bit more car noise because I'm off the walking path and I'm up kind of on the street. But hey, so this is the situation. This is what you see. That's why you got these people set up for you, Israel. And hey, it's a damn shame, man. It's a damn shame. There's nothing more sorrowful than when you go into public and you see a woman ruling over a man and telling him what he can and can't put in the cart. God damn, man. That's a pitiful situation. That's disgusting. All right. Let's grab Proverbs 21 and 9. Well, that shows you how bad it is. And there's another one. Let's see. I got the wrong one. Damn it. I don't know what I was thinking. Bear with me. Slakia, bear with me a moment. The mobile version of this app is just atrocious. Come on now. There we go. Slacky for that. That took entirely too long. All right? That took entirely too long than I'd rather have had that happen. All right? This is Proverbs 21:9. All right? And it reads, "It is better to dwell in the corner of a housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house." So what does that mean? It says you'd be better off to dwell in the corner, all right, stuck up in a corner somewhere, all right, than it would be in a big house with a brawling woman in it, all right? Nobody wants a brawling woman, all right? It's ridiculous, all right? It looks bad. It's not a good look. It's not cute, all right? There was that video that these women, really, they wonder why men don't want them when they're acting manly as hell, all right? These women acting manly as hell, wondering why men don't want them, all right? You get you get these there was a video that was uploaded by Elder Yashawamba, all right, on his from the GMS Dallas camp. He was it was specifically on his 2 Through an Info page. It was specifically on his 2 Through an Info page, all right, and it had that guy, what was it, Kevin Samuels, and he was speaking of this woman, saying, what makes you worthy of getting a man, all right? And she says, well, I'm hardworking, I'm self-employed, have my own business, and all that stuff. And what he said in a roundabout way, I think he just said it flat out. Well, see, that's the problem. You just described yourself as a man, all right? And that's true. Hey, man, why would you want that? You don't want to be with a man, all right? You want someone tender, delicate, all right, submissive. All right, so it says, Proverbs 21:9, "It is better to dwell in the corner of a housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house." All right? Or with a brawling woman in a wide house. All right? Let's grab Ecclesiasticus 25:16. All right, it reads, "I had rather dwell in the same vein. All right, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman." All right, you'd rather dwell with a whole lion. You know what a lion is? I shouldn't have to explain a lion. Would you want to be in a house with a lion? No, you wouldn't. But hey, you'd rather be in one with a lion and a dragon in it than to be in one with a wicked woman. All right, and these damn people with their dogs. I don't know if they're just going straight up and down. But man, I keep running into them. It's annoying the hell out of me, hey, but whatever, it's just a hell that we have to go through. It's Ecclesiasticus 25:13 to 25:19, all right, and it reads, "Give me," now listen here and listen closely, you women, all right, maybe this will describe why you can't find a man. "Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman, and any affliction but the affliction from them that hate me, and any revenge but the revenge of enemies. There is no head above the head of a serpent, and there is no wrath above the wrath of an enemy." It was actually, verse 16 was the one we were looking for. I could have just left it. "I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like a sackcloth." All right, and you see a wicked woman, man, you can see it in their eyes. They have the haughtiness in their eyes. All right, and that pride and that wickedness, you can just see it. All right. "Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly." All right, "All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her." Hey, so you women out there, you're wondering why you can't get a man. All right, and you're wondering, well, why me? What I have all of this to handle, or I have all these things, all right, to bring to the table. Hey, man. That's you're not bringing to the table the right things, all right? A lot of you women are coming in the essence of a man with being aggressive, all right, and seeking after, all these manly things, all right, wanting to wear a manly attire, hey, and you wonder why, all right? And hey, in the grand scale of things, like we said at the beginning, you women have it pretty good, all right, at the time being, all right? You could have that bird cage over your head. Let's grab it again. Let's close out, and let's watch the video one more time, and then we'll close out. Hey, you could have one of these. You could be wearing one of these.
This is the Scold's Bridle. It is for punishing argumentative, nagging women. Women were considered to be subservient to men in the 17th century, and so were not allowed to be argumentative. You had to be arrested and tried and convicted by a magistrate. It opens up, the mouthpiece goes into your mouth, and it is locked around the back of the head, and then a piece of rope would be tied to the loop at the front, and the victim would be paraded through town to demonstrate and to increase the level of humiliation. This is the Scold's Bridle.
Right. So hey, in the grand scale of things, grab it like this. So in the grand scale of things, hey man, you women have it pretty decent in the society, all right? Because this is a wicked society, all right? It's built up in all forms of things that shouldn't be happening are happening. So hey, you're living it up right now. All right, you're living it up right now. Hey, but really, you should be subservient to your men. You should be under your men. All right, you should be serving your men. All right, you should be, wanting to serve your men. And again, you've been duped. All right, like in a lesson I made previously, you've been sorely. You women have been bamboozled and duped to thinking it's a bad thing to be under men. All right, when being submissive as a woman is actually a really good thing. That's in your nature. All right, to be submissive. All right, to be caretakers. All right, loving. All right. And that's in your nature, but hey, you want to be savages and bad bitches and all these other things, all right, which isn't in your best interest, all right? So hey, you women, all right, hey, stop doing that, and hey, maybe you'll find yourself a man, all right? But hey, you're not, and that feminism spirit's gonna keep on keeping on, all right, right up until all this media gets cut off, and hey, then the end comes, all right? And then you'll be scrambling for looking for a man, all right? So hey, with that, we're gonna close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles at Great Millstone, taught me this truth and rule well. I want to say shalom to you, Akim and Akwat out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until the next one, Lord willing, shalom.